Finally, 3 points for Wolves. We haven't been able to say that for such a long time now. Not the best performance, I don't think, but we'll just take it. First half, I thought we were not very good. We looked really bad down that left side. Obviously, we've gone back to a four at the back. We're really struggling for a position for that left back, obviously. He keeps putting different people there. No one's really suited for that position with the injuries. No offence to Kilman, but obviously I don't think he should be playing there. I would much rather have Tomato have played there and then he played Adama or Hoyvier on the other side. But because every time Saka was going down there, I really felt like they was going to score and create something, which they did really in that first half. Got a bit lucky with the offside. Then obviously we go 1-0 down, Pele mugging the two guys off with a nuts, and then a bit of poor defending from Connor Cody again. And then I think we get a bit lucky to get the penalty. I do think it was a red card though. Last man, even though it was accidental, it looked like it was going to score. So for me, it has to be a sending off. And you can bet your ass on Ruben Neves scoring a penalty. So I think when the guys come out at half time, they probably gained a bit of confidence off that, because 10 men, they felt like they could really go at them. And then a bit of Neves-esque again off Moutinho. I didn't think he could even kick the ball that far. I thought he could only pass it backwards or sideways. So I think after that, the boys really gained confidence. I think the performance was much better after that. I think it was a bit of weight lifted when that goal went in, because we really struggled to score from open play. But yeah, it was nice to see. I thought Adama Traore, I don't know what Nuno said to him at half time, but he was a different player that in the second half. That first half performance, he was literally not even turned up. He was awful. But then he come out and he done what he should be doing for the full 90 minutes. You know, he had him on toast in that second half. Then obviously we get a bit of luck. They go down to 9 men. I really thought though that we should have killed the game off. Again, we make it a bit difficult at the end, which we seem to love doing this year. So it would have been nice to get 3-1, but 3 points, we'll take the win. But I'd still think that for the next game, we need to sort out our defence.
So, a fantastic win to get us back on track. Wolves 2, Arsenal 1. Let's start with the lineup. I thought that on the whole, I was pretty pleased with it. I was a little bit concerned about how the four at the back was going to work with Kilman at left back. And I think in the first half, it definitely showed he was getting beaten on our right-hand channel. Was getting exploited so often. And obviously, Moutinho was another worry of mine. But to be honest, I think a lot of us can eat our words with Moutinho today, because he was pretty faultless, particularly in the second half. First half, a little bit cagey, but I think that was the team as a whole. But defensively, we were really, really poor to start the game. Bukayo Saka hitting the post and then scoring a brilliant goal which was disallowed for offside, and we were lucky at that point really. And to be honest, it was frustrating to watch, because our inside channel on our right inside channel and our outside channel was getting exposed constantly. That ball from Thomas Partey constantly in between Bolly and Kilman, and Bukayo Saka was getting in that gap every single time, and we couldn't cope with it, and it was quite frustrating to watch. But we definitely sort of rode it out and got a few attacks in of our own. I thought Daniel Podence and Pedro Neto was superb. I thought Pedro Neto was probably, I'd say, one of our best, if not our best player on the pitch, attacking-wise. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Every time we got the ball, players just bounce off him. He was just driving through that defence and really gave us an outlet to push up the pitch. I thought we were too narrow in midfield to start off with. I thought Moutinho and Neves were far too close together, which gave Partey too much space. But we really sorted that in the second half. I think the sending off really helped. Willian Jose, who had a good game as well today, really good movement, holding up the ball well, bringing others into play. I thought that it was a soft red card, but he was last man, so you can understand why it was given. And Ruben Neves, a fantastic penalty. Really, really good penalty right into the top corner, and hence why I prefer midfielders taking penalties, because if you can pass the ball, I think you should be able to be a good penalty taker. And I thought second half as well started off with the attacking intent and the confidence that we haven't seen from this side in such a long time. And João Moutinho, 4 minutes into the second half, with an absolute thunderbolt. I mean, what a goal! His first goal since our first season away at Manchester United, and both goals are peaches, to be fair, and this one was really, really impressive. Very sort of Neves-esque, really, in the way that he just picked up the ball, got it out of his feet, fired it in off the post, and to be honest, we were in control of the game from that point on. I don't think that Arsenal really had too many chances to get back into the game. We sort of We controlled the right-hand side really well. Saka didn't get into the game. They even brought on Aubameyang. Lacazette came off. Smith Rowe barely got a kick. Aubameyang barely got a kick. Saka, and I don't even think Odegaard came on as well, which I was expecting to see. But we were really, really impressive in closing them out and making use of the possession we had. I thought Vitinha was very impressive when he came on. I thought on the whole, as a whole, we were really good. Adama had probably one of his best games in a while. Constant threat down that right-hand side, beating his man every time. And we just looked like the team that beat Arsenal 2-1. That was the last game, I think, I'm pretty sure that was the last game that we played particularly really well. I think ever since that game we've been on a pretty poor run of form, and it just so happens that we stopped that run of form against Arsenal. Same scoreline, very different circumstances, but really, really impressed with the win today. I thought everyone was superb. I don't think there was anything particularly too negative, apart from the pretty shocking defending in the first half. Nelson Semedo again with the defensive mistake. So there are things to clear up in terms of defensive positioning, and I think that the penalty was on another day might not have been given. So it really is one of those. But you can't take anything away from the second half performance. Really, it was superb from start to finish. Brilliant 3 points. Hopefully this is the turning point now. We really need a turning point, and I have the feeling that this could be it. So yeah, superb win. On to the next one.
You can't keep a good team down, and you can't keep a good manager down. Listen, good performance tonight. Played with a bit of energy. Unbelievable goal from Joe Moutinho. Loves the Vino. However, a lot of people have been writing him off, as they've wrote our manager off. In Nuno we trust. I watched, I think I watched about half the match tonight. I was in and out of doing certain things because, shameless plug, the bookie's here. Tales from the tape, 36 former Wolves players and managers interviewed, raising money for two great charities, Breast Cancer Now and the Royal Wolverhampton Trust neonatal department at New Cross Hospital. So, www.talesfromthetape.co.uk. Like I said, shameless plug, sorry, but more importantly, or as importantly, good performance from Wolves tonight. Fantastic result. Everybody now needs to calm down, because it's going to be okay. In Nuno we trust. Keep tuning in to the fantastic work that Talking Wolves do. Over and out.
So the game is finished. Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Arsenal 1, and that's got to be one of the most ridiculous games I've seen for a long, long time. Memorable one that started off in the first half, and it was pretty dire. Within 40 seconds, Wolves were on the ropes. I mean, Saka should have scored in 40 seconds. I hate to say I'm not surprised, really. It was Kilman, to be fair to him, he grew into the game and did really well at that left-back spot, but Saka had him on toast in those sort of 15, 20 minutes. And amongst a flurry of offside goals and hit the bar and stuff like that from Arsenal. But then eventually, Mr. Calamity, Nelson Semedo comes in, loses the ball, gets skinned, gets shrugged off, gets dribbled past again, nutmegs Neves, curls one in. You can talk about Semedo and, how he's been good recently, but the problem is with Semedo is no matter how he plays, he will give away a goal for something. There's no denying it. You can talk about whether he's better than Doc or not. Personally, I think Doc's better than Semedo, but I know it's up for debate in Wolves fans, but no matter how good Semedo can be going forward, if he's going to do stuff like that, there's no point in having him on the bloody pitch. I mean, if you're just going to ship goals like that, you're just giving teams 3 goals at that rate. And then by some miracle, Wolves actually get to go forward and we equalise. I know for some reason BT and Arsenal fans are debating if that's a red card for that penalty. But, I mean, if you're giving that as a foul, it's a red card. No matter how minimal the contact is, if that's a foul, it has to be a red. Because you've prevented play from happening whilst denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Put 2 and 2 together, that's a red card. You can't deny it. If you're saying it's not a red, you're saying it's not a foul. You can't have it both ways. I wish I could have said that to the likes of Rio Ferdinand and all that at the time, but obviously I can't. And then Moutinho, I mean, to be honest with you, I think loads of Wolves fans have had enough of him, but what a strike. What a goal that was. I mean, I was sat there, cup of tea in hand, and That was incredible, but strange, very strange game. And then to top it off, that Leno red card, I mean, that was just comedy at its finest, really. Very, very strange. Just took one look at Traore, I think he panicked and slapped it right out. But to be honest, I don't care. I don't think any Wolves fan cares. I don't think Nuno cares. It's 3 points. It ends the winless run. And for a brief 20, 30-minute spell, Wolves are playing with confidence, which is what we need. Roll on Leicester, and yeah, let's see if we can pick up 3 more points. Make sure you subscribe to Talking Wolves, and thank you all for listening.
Finally, we've got the win. Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Arsenal 1. We needed that desperately. There was only so long we could keep going with this, good performances, but not getting any sort of result. But thank God we finally got it. And I mean, we were, let's not lie to ourselves, we were lucky. But I would much rather be lucky than good on any given night. We played well, and we was on the front foot. When we was on the front foot, we looked really, really threatening. It's something that people have been screaming out for a very, very long time, us to go on the front foot and attack teams. And I felt as though we did that with Arsenal. Admittedly, the circumstances, you could ultimately say Wolves were lucky, especially with the 9 men. But at the end of the day, it's a red card from David Luiz. And I mean, there's a lot of sympathy which David Luiz is going to get, but he ain't going to get any from me. He deserved that. It was good pass from Podence. William Jose would not go down an area, and he's last man. It's denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. It is a red card all day long. Admittedly, we did get lucky with, it's a tight call with a VAR decision. But at the end of the day, the first half, let's not lie to ourselves, it weren't great. I don't remember us doing a lot. And then towards the end of the half, we finally create quick transition in the midfield. And William Jose's through and he gets taken out. And Neves just scoring that penalty. Coming in at half-time, man down to 10 men, and it's the game 1-1. It's the perfect time to score. And as soon as we came up from the half, we kept going straight at them. We was on the front foot. We looked as though we were going to cause all of the problems. Martinia, I've been having a go at him for weeks. And let's not kid ourselves, he has not been good for weeks. That was a superb goal. That was such a good goal. And the thing is, everyone knew he's got this quality. And I mean, everyone's saying the form temporary class is permanent. At the end of the day, we didn't see much of even that class, to be honest with you. He's shown that he can score a great goal. And from the goal, he was passing it forward. He was playing like the Matinho that we know can play. He has still got no legs, and he has still got a yellow card in him. But it is an absolutely brilliant goal. And it is a brilliant, brilliant win. This, for me, has got a lot more potential being a turning point than what Chelsea ever was. We've got the win. We've finally come back from a defeat and actually won the game and played, well. The fact is, I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. I don't really think there's anything else that can be added on. At half-time, a lot of people were saying this was massive half for Nuno in probably his career. And Martinho stepped up on the big plate when we needed it. Hopefully this can be the start of, us starting to turn the corner, really. I think a lot of people will still be, I'm not going to be one of those people who say, where are the Nuno out haters? Now, there's still quite a lot out there. One very, very positive result, it must be said, won't necessarily change everyone's opinions. But if we keep building on like that, who knows where we can go. Anyway, cheers for having me on Talking Wolves, and hopefully we can build on this victory.
An amazing performance, an amazing result. We need to focus on being able to play a whole 90 minutes rather than only half of the game. I feel like the first half hour or so, where we should have theoretically been about 2-3-0 down, we need to improve on those sort of areas. They could have been 1-0 up after 40 seconds, but we didn't let that take over the game. Obviously they got their goal, and we were able to fight back. Those red cards a bit controversial, but not really too sure what to think. We're not VAR, we're not the ref, so it's not our fault. I know a lot of Arsenal fans are saying they shouldn't be red cards and stuff and coming at us, but it's not our fault. You know, we're just fans as well. But for once, VAR was in our favour, and you know, we put the penalty away, and the second goal by Jean Martino. I know a lot of people have been giving him stick lately, but an amazing goal. We're used to seeing Neves score them, but yeah, it was good from Israel as well. Can't really pick any player who didn't really do very well tonight. I think everyone played really well. Matinho, Bolly, I think Traore had quite a good game. Willian Jose had a pretty good game. Unfortunately, he didn't get a goal, but you know, it will come. He's still trying to gel with the team, but I still think he had a really good game. Neto, Pedence, you know, everyone looked good, and that's what we want to see after, you know, the goal drought that we've had and just not being able to win games. So yeah, it's great. I'd love to see what Bib's got to say about this, and hopefully this is the start of being able to get on a winning run again, and hopefully we can win the next few.
Right, well, what a game that was. I can't believe we've won that game. What an absolutely mad game. And, you know, I apologise for swearing, but that was refreshing. Finally seeing Wolves knock the ball around like we used to. I thought we were brilliant today. A lot of players, you know, Arsenal did give us a lot of help. 2 red cards. And, well, I think Mikel Arteta's a football purist. He just doesn't like to see us doing badly. So he was... You know, he gave us a boost that we desperately needed. I thought so many players on that field today were fantastic. A lot of those players can hold their heads high. Semedo, even though, you know, half of Twitter will probably still call for his head for the first goal, I thought he was brilliant today. He's really starting to grow into this team, and you know, the player that we saw maybe like, you know, first quarter of the season is not the player we have now. He is really evolved, I think, in this Wolves team, and you know, probably one of the players I actually really enjoy watching each week. I thought Adama was brilliant. I thought Pedence was amazing. Neto. I thought Neto was amazing. Pedence was good. And Willian Jose, he looks brilliant. His hold-up play, bringing other players into the game, it's what we've needed. We've needed it since Raul's absence. You know, Raul did it brilliantly, and I thought Willian Jose could come away from today, you know, really pleased with what he'd done on that pitch. But yeah, like I said, it's nice. We weren't brilliant first half. The touches were poor. The passing was poor. That was even worse, actually, the passing. First 10-15 minutes, Arsenal were all over us like a rash. And thank God that goal was offside, because so many of those players had their heads down and they looked like they really didn't care, man. Huffing and puffing. But, you know, as soon as we conceded that, I think it woke a lot of them up. And even going 1-0 down, we looked so much better after that. You know, the first goal was absolutely crazy. Arsenal have got, a minute left before the ref blows his whistle, and instead of, I don't know, playing it short, I can't actually remember it off the top of my head if we had players up there, or probably didn't, knowing us, but, you know, all they've got to do is hold the ball until the ref blows his whistle. They play it, you know, launch it long, the ball's straight up their throat, and Pedence, I was screaming at my TV, I was like, please play that ball. He's timed it perfectly, Jose's gone through, and David Luiz has cleaned him out, and we come back into the game. We looked, you know, we were so strong when they went down to 10, and even stronger when they went down to 9. What like Leno, for the experienced goalkeeper he is, I can't believe he's made, you know, a mistake like that. I don't know, maybe he's scared that Dom was going to drop him or something. He did take a little knock. Don't know if that was serious or not, but again, it's another game that I'm really happy I'm really happy to watch, you know, a performance like that, and hopefully we can crack on now. This 4 at the back, I know we're shaky defensively, but it's so much better. We've got bodies forwards, you know, double pivot, and then the 4 up front. They really make things happen, man. And you can see from games like that, I think you know, Neto and Pedence, they're more happy. And like I said, Adama, when he's not on the ball, he is incredibly lazy, but he was chasing balls down all game. I think he was just having fun, and I think that's something that a lot of the boys have needed after the calamitous start, you know, how bad the season has gone so far. But yeah, we take 3 points and we move.
Alright, Wolves 2, Arsenal 1. Brilliant game. Great way to end off this loss streak that we've been having. So we start off the game very early on. I think they don't actually score a goal. It was disallowed. Lacazette was offside. good shot from Saka. Very early on, I think it was like 3 minutes or something. Starts off very rocky. We were poor. Defending wasn't there. They were all attacking us. Then Pepe scores a goal 33 minutes in. He just made us look like matchsticks. He was just dancing around us, going in between us, like dancing, has a shot and it goes in. Moving on, they kind of dominate us. We have a couple good chances. Then, obviously, Ruben Neves scores the penalty. I think it's a tough one. Normally VAR is never on our side. Today it was. I think a lot of people are saying it shouldn't have been a goal. A foul. It was a very light touch, especially for a red card. But technically it's a bit of karma for Jimenez. I know he didn't mean it, but I was worried Ruben Neves actually missed that, but he just got it top bins really. Not much more to say. It was a penalty. We scored it 1-1 added time. Went off half time with an equaliser. Then Moutinho with that 49th minute goal. What a goal! Just like the Vitinha goal. Maybe a bit closer, but still just insane. A lot of people have been saying recently, he shouldn't be starting for games. He's getting older. He's not getting those good touches, missing passes. Well, did he prove them wrong? Brilliant game. Played the full 90 minutes. Then Leno gets his red card. I don't know what he was thinking. Uses his hand out of the penalty box, and Traore was on. Then from there we played a lot. For the first 5 minutes of that, or maybe 7 or 8 minutes of that, we kind of pressed. We played well. We kept going up the pitch as much as we could. We had like 90% possession, loads and loads. And then for the last 10 minutes, from like 80 minutes forwards to the end of the game, we just played defensively practically. We had a couple chances. They had one chance that really scared me. They had a shot and everything, but we blocked it. There's not really a player that I could say much negatively about. Again, the defence, yes, we conceded the first goal, but after that they played it magnificently, mainly because they didn't have too many chances to have to defend. But at the end of the day, that's the end of our lose streak, hopefully. Well, yeah. And we come home with 3 points.